I think there's a lot of potential for growth in the transport and infrastructure sector generally. Meeting Australia's infrastructure and transport needs is a key economic and political priority at the moment. Tony Abbott has said he wants to be the infrastructure Prime Minister, and every day we're reading in the paper about mooted projects. I think the problem for government is at the moment that they've got a lot of their capital locked up in existing assets. So I think the growth area will be projects where governments seek to unlock that capital by recycling that capital, and what I mean by that is divesting those assets, whether it's through privatisations or sales. And we've seen that through the Port Kembla, Port Botany, now Port of Newcastle, and it's now being proposed in relation to Port of Melbourne and Port of Hastings as well. So I think those capital recycling projects will be a real area of growth in the sector. I think the legal challenges for the transport and infrastructure sector align with government's challenges in bringing these projects to market. And one of those challenges that's been identified is really making these projects attractive to different sources of funding. And so I think what we'll see is the investment of the sovereign wealth funds and the pension funds. We'll see their investments increase in these projects, and it's a real priority for governments and participants in the industry alike to make these projects as attractive to those investors as possible. I think also governments are clearly looking to the private sector to come up with innovative proposals for these projects and ways of developing these projects, and that's evidenced by the embracing of unsolicited proposals. That we've seen that in the New South Wales transport project, and we're also seeing that now in Victoria, with the Victorian government coming out with a set of guidelines as to how they will assess and develop those unsolicited proposals. So I think we'll see that as an area of growth as well.